having his statement about Conor's manager coming to MVP and trying to set up a fight, but them not doing it because it isn't associated with the UFC.
Jake Paul drops bombshell about Conor McGregor. Fight just when you thought the Jake Paul circus couldn't get any more outrageous. This time, he's got the audacity to claim that he's ready to fight Conor McGregor. Yes, you heard it right. But the conditions have made everyone scratch their head.
He doesn't want to push for unless the UFC is directly at the table negotiating, because quite frankly, that's what it's going to take for any of this to be a reality.
Jake Paul just made a bold claim that's turning heads. He says he's ready to take on Conor McGregor. Yes, you heard that right. But what's really got people talking are the conditions he's setting for the fight.
Having his statement about Conor's manager coming to MVP and trying to set up a fight, but them not doing it because it isn't.
Jake Paul has somehow convinced people he's a legitimate boxer, and now he's making demands, calling for UFC and Dana White to get involved or the fight won't happen. Seriously, Jake? Now you're aiming for Conor McGregor, a fighter who's conquered both MMA and boxing, but only under your conditions? Could this actually be the fight fans have been waiting for, or is Jake just stirring up hype for his next big move? In his latest bombshell, Paul claims that McGregor's camp is desperately trying to set up a fight with him, but here's the twist: instead of going through the usual channels, they've reportedly enlisted Bellator star Michael "Venom" Page as the middleman. If true, this is more than surprising, it's absolutely shocking. Why would McGregor's team, with all their industry connections, reach out through a rival promotion? Is this the start of something huge, or just another Paul publicity stunt?
I'm just saying, for the UFC to grant Conor McGregor the right to fight Logan Paul, and Dana hates the Pauls, you know how Dana holds grudges.
But in a move no one saw coming, Jake Paul didn't do what everyone expected. He didn't chase after McGregor's attention like a desperate challenger. Instead, he flipped the script, demanding that Dana White and the UFC be involved, or there would be no fight at all. Jake wasn't just making things difficult, he was making sure the deal worked entirely in his favor. This bold stance left fans and analysts wondering, why is he suddenly insisting on UFC and Dana White joining the mix? Let's be real, this is Jake Paul. His entire career has been about shaking things up and rewriting the rules of combat sports. Is this just another power move, or is he onto something bigger?
Dana White clause attached to this contract for Conor McGregor and Jake Paul, or Conor McGregor Logan Paul, none of this happened.
By demanding UFC's involvement, Jake Paul isn't just showing off, he's making a calculated move. He's leveraging the UFC's global power like a strategist who knows it.
You guys see the Logan Paul-Conor McGregor wins in that fight? I think Logan Paul.
I mean, we haven't seen Conor fight in a while.
I feel like Logan Paul, at his size, when he fought Floyd too, that was years ago. He's like been training. He's in insane shape.
Man, I wish Conor was.
By laying down this challenge, Jake Paul is pulling off something even more strategic. He's forcing the UFC, an organization that once dismissed him as a sideshow, to acknowledge him as a serious contender. He's not just asking for recognition, he's demanding it. Now, the UFC faces a choice: ignore him and risk looking out of touch, or take the fight to a global audience, potentially changing the way major fight deals are made forever. Jake isn't just making noise, he's rewriting the rules of the fight game.
$100 billion family looking to kind of replicate what's going on in Riyadh season in Saudi Arabia. How they're pushing into boxing. India with that kind of money, maybe trying to do.
As if the Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor rumors weren't already wild enough, there's now a new twist, where the fight might actually happen. According to ESPN's Salvador Rodriguez, a showdown between Logan Paul and McGregor is being considered for July, August, or September 2025 in India. And the real game changer? The Ambani family, the billionaire powerhouse known for their immense wealth and influence, is reportedly backing the event. If true, this wouldn't just be another high-profile fight, it would be a global spectacle on a whole new level.
First, it just came out. Conor just put it on Twitter that he was in talks with the Ambani family to fight Logan.
But choosing India isn't random, it's a calculated move. This fight isn't just about location, it's about strategy. India is one of the fastest-growing markets for combat sports, with a massive, untapped audience eager for more action. By bringing a marquee event like this to India, the promoters aren't just catering to one country, they're making a bold statement to the world: this is where the future of global sports is headed. And then there's the money. When the Ambani family is involved, we're not talking small change. With a staggering net worth of $113.5 billion, Asia's richest family could bankroll this fight without even making a dent in their fortune. Hosting this fight in India isn't just about putting on a spectacle, it's about changing the financial landscape of combat sports. If Jake Paul and Conor McGregor step into the ring, they wouldn't just be fighting for glory, they'd be making history while cashing in on one of the biggest paydays the sport has ever seen.
He's a big dude, and he can crack.
Yeah.
And I always say that people look at him like a guy who is a YouTuber, and they're denying his skills.
Not anymore, bro.
And the timing? Absolutely perfect. With no major global sporting events stealing the spotlight in mid-2025, all eyes would be on India. This isn't just another fight, it's a power move, a money-soaked spectacle that could forever change where and how the biggest bouts in history take place. Now, let's talk about the fighters set to square off. Conor McGregor, the man who claimed world titles in 2 weight classes and built a legacy on explosive knockouts and pure confidence. Then there's Jake Paul, the YouTuber turned fighter who, against all odds, has convinced the world he's a serious threat. McGregor's style is as flashy as his personality, relying on his devastating knockout power to dismantle opponents in record time. But can Jake Paul really stand toe-to-toe with him, or is this just another headline-grabbing stunt?
Because one, it does show us that this is a Jake Paul-driven thing going on here, and that Conor McGregor makes sense because he's probably still one of, if not the biggest name in combat sport.
And then there's Jake Paul, a fighter who has built a boxing career that can't be ignored. From social media star to legitimate contender, he's turned heads and ruffled feathers every step of the way. As of November 2024, Jake's professional record stands at 11 wins and just 1 loss, that lone defeat coming against Tommy Fury in February 2023. Not bad, right? Add in his amateur win over Deji in 2018, and his overall tally jumps to 12-1. Of course, critics question the level of competition he's faced, but whether he's taking down seasoned fighters or just making waves with online drama, there's no denying he's one of the most talked about names in combat sports. And let's not forget Logan Paul. From YouTube pranks to stepping into the ring, his boxing career has been anything but conventional. He fought KSI twice, and they couldn't even settle on a clear winner. One fight ended in a draw, the other in a split decision. Love them or hate them, the Paul brothers have changed the fight game, and if this rumored showdown happens, it could be their biggest spectacle yet.
Logan said you might be next. Would you be next?
Slap the nose off. He's gonna beat Dylan. He's gonna beat Logan.
But the million-dollar question is, why does this matter? Because Jake Paul isn't just challenging Conor McGregor, he's taking on the entire UFC establishment. By insisting on UFC's involvement, he's directly challenging Dana White's monopoly on combat sports while also forcing him to recognize Paul's most valuable promotions as a serious player in the industry. This isn't just another stunt, it's a calculated power move that could shake up the way fight promotions operate. If Jake gets his way, it could open the door for more cross-promotional mega-events, breaking down the walls between independent fighters and corporate giants. Imagine a world where MVP and UFC co-promote fights, combining Jake's social media dominance with the UFC's global reach. It's the kind of shift that could permanently change the fight game, redefining who holds the power in combat sports.
As crazy as it sounds now, based on how I felt about this 4 years ago, that Jake Paul would give Conor McGregor real problems in a boxing ring and potentially knock him out.
But the fight between Jake Paul and Conor McGregor isn't just about ego, there's a lot more at stake. McGregor's public image has taken a hit in recent years. Legal troubles, lost sponsorships, and a string of disappointing performances in the octagon have left fans questioning whether he's still the same fighter who once ruled the sport. A fight with Jake Paul might seem beneath him, but in reality, it's a golden opportunity, a chance to remind the world why he's still the notorious. Meanwhile, Jake isn't just picking fights, he's making strategic moves. While others react, he plans. His callouts aren't random, they're carefully chosen to position himself as the ultimate disruptor, the fighter who doesn't just step into the ring but rewrites the rules of combat sports. And that's what makes this rivalry so compelling. It's not just about who wins inside the ring, it's about the bigger story. Jake Paul, the social media provocateur, versus Conor McGregor, the king of combat sports chaos. It's legacy versus disruption, old guard versus new wave, and most importantly, pure entertainment gold. This rivalry could change the fight game forever. If Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor actually happens, it won't just be a fight, it'll be a blueprint. A statement that cross-discipline matchups work, that social media stars can go toe-to-toe with seasoned pros, and that combat sports are evolving in ways no one saw coming. Love it or hate it, you can't deny the impact. This isn't just another rivalry, it's a revolution. So, is Jake Paul bluffing, or is this fight actually closer to reality than we think? With all the drama, speculation, and jaw-dropping twists he's known for, it's impossible to say for sure. What's your take? Does Jake Paul actually stand a chance against McGregor, or is this just another stunt to stir the pot? Drop your predictions in the comments below. And don't go anywhere, we'll keep you updated on every twist in the Paul brothers' fight schedules, plus the game-changing role the Ambani family could play in all of this. Buckle up, because the fight world is about to get even crazier.